Bridge builders help create opportunities for cooperation and relationship building between people who come from differing communities or perspectives. When people with significant differences are able to come together to work for the common good, they move together toward pluralism. Why is pluralism so great? Let's look at the 5 civic goods that result from this growing pluralism.
The first civic good is pretty obvious. Pluralism paves the way for more understanding and less prejudice. When people build relationships with others who differ from them and develop appreciative knowledge about other identities and affiliations, they are more likely to have positive views of one another and less likely to be fearful or distrustful of difference. This knowledge and positivity allows people to work together for shared goals and be better neighbors to one another. Prejudice, on the other hand, creates barriers between people and makes it difficult for everyone to contribute to the betterment of the community. Working together is a necessary part of life in a democracy like the United States. Bridge builders work to bring people together, and everyone benefits.
Pluralism also helps to strengthen social cohesion, which in turn reduces the likelihood of identity-based conflict. When individuals have strong relationships with people who are very different from them, their communities are less likely to have incidents of conflict or violence motivated by difference. If hostility or violence does occur, these communities are better prepared to respond and contain the conflict, and have more of the structures in place to heal the community together, rather than have their community fragment into defensive or isolated pockets. Social cohesion is essential to social capital.
Which brings us to the third civic good of pluralism, helping communities to create bridged social capital, which can be leveraged to address social problems. If you want to hear more about social capital, check out the video linked in the description. All groups, political, civic, religious, identity-based, that meet regularly and act together, form bonded social capital within their membership. Bridge builders are able to bridge together these bonded communities to create even more energy and resources. These resources can be used to address problems ranging from hunger, homelessness, disease, safety, poverty, education, and everything in between. When people are able to work together for shared goals rather than from within their individual communities, their impact exponentially increases.
The fourth civic good that often results from pluralism is the continuity of distinct identities and the preservation of identity communities that provide opportunities for individuals to participate in social action. Many organized communities in the United States today are facing huge losses in membership, particularly from younger members. In some cases, these members are leaving a particular community because they don't feel their religious community or political party or sports league, etc., can be fully welcoming of the diverse identities and needs of their members. When an organization loses large numbers of members through disaffiliation, both those communities and their former members lose important social and civic connections that allow for bridged social capital. Bridged social capital between distinct identity communities is what allows for healthy responses and de-escalation of conflict. Bridge builders and a pluralistic approach to diverse identities can help a local identity group learn how to better respond to any rising tensions or questions around diversity within their membership. The same principles that help different communities work together can also be used to support better relationships between members of the same community. As bridge builders, we must pay attention to the particularities of any community and recognize that how one community begins to move toward pluralism may differ from how another community does.
Finally, pluralism helps to create binding narratives for diverse societies. The United States is a large and diverse nation, but through the national motto of E pluribus unum, out of many, one, which is displayed on the national seal as well as American currency, we are reminded that our diversity does not keep us separated from one another. Creating this sense of collective belonging reminds us that diversity is an essential piece of our national identity. It's meant to be cherished and positively engaged as a strength, rather than an obstacle. Bridge builders help us to reimagine our communities in ways that allow our diversity to flourish while we work together for positive ends.
These 5 civic goods are not the only benefits from pluralism, but they offer a few ways to measure the positive impact bridge builders can have on individual communities as well as society as a whole. These are 5 of the ways that we have seen pluralism positively impact our society. Can you think of some other ways you have seen or can imagine bridge building as a force of good in your community? What are some ways you believe cooperation across difference could help address social ills? How can you, as a bridge builder, organize people for the common good?